I started off my Tuesday morning with breakfast, an episode of anime and some stretches before heading to school. I walked over to my girlfriend ? I think we're dating. She instantly got into a fight. I kept trying to talk to her but she was running all over the place. So instead of chasing her I went over to Meiji and O'Hara. I really should start calling them by their first names but I've become so used to their last names. I know it's not polite but. While we talked I noticed Curry talking to Ikryo by the front gate and when he left I decided to go over. I must be having a bad day with distractions because as soon as I noticed Revei dressed in all black I just had to go talk to her. It took a second to find her but eventually I was able to compliment her new outfit. It was nice talking to Revei again. I know she deserves to know why I stopped talking with her but I don't really know the reason and the only one I can think of is really unfair. While we talked she kept bringing up this girl that lives next to her and apparently she's trans, so I think Revei may have a girlfriend soon. I'm not sure if I'll find out any updates on that but I wish them well. Eventually I gave Revei one more compliment before heading to class. After learning English I gave Curry a kiss and Revei came over. I was going to go talk to Ichiro when I decided to just talk with Curry and Revei. Curry gave me a kiss on the cheek then walked away leaving me to talk to Revei and Rei instead. Meiji also came over as well as Rikyu. This group didn't last long though. After a whole nother hour I finally decided to approach Ichiro. I included Rei in our conversation too just in case I said something wrong. It went pretty well considering Ichiro thanked me for hanging out with them. Well, that was until he brought up liking my girlfriend, unofficial girlfriend, the girl that I am kissing. He likes her. I joked it off as best I could but internally I was screaming. I compliment Ichiro reminding him he could get any girl even me before running off to Curry. But she went right back into the room and started picking fights. I tried to kiss her but she was too angry. So instead of waiting around I went to my next class. And after an hour I got my kiss. I hope it's not just the thrill of being in a new relationship and I actually want to be with her as much as I do. But that reminds me, firstly I compliment her then I ask how she feels about Ichiro out of pure insecurity. Luckily for me she barely knows him. I want to yell across the room for Ichiro to suck it but I stay composed. I even got a kiss which made me feel a lot better. Hopefully Revei can tell Ichiro about that. The final bell rung. I approached Ichiro and told him I'm seeing Curry to which he replies. I really want to punch him. Yes I am ambi-morous and am okay with polyamory but he wants her to choose. That isn't polyamory. I went to Curry and kissed her twice trying to get Ichiro to see. With no reaction I decided to leave with Rei. I followed her to the lockers while making jokes until I noticed Curry glaring at us. So like a good boyfriend I left Rei and approached her. She seemed really mad and said something about Shinji. I wasn't sure what she meant by it so I kissed her. Maybe she's feeling insecure. But Rei and Yazawa started fighting so I went home. At home I ate, watched a fitness anime which got me in the mood for some stretches of my own, then I streamed, then played a game for an hour before finally getting in the shower. Right before I went to sleep I said goodnight to Curry. The next day I ate some food and watched a comedy anime to practice some jokes. At school I noticed someone new. I snatched an energy drink from them and said good morning to Revei. I tried to make a joke to the new person. They didn't seem to get it so I brought up manga and just like a fantastic person they agreed with me. I did follow them but we were talking the whole time so it doesn't break life lesson 1. I may have or may have not tried to steal from them but after that I tried to stay in front of them. It was really nice getting to meet a new person again. I wanted them to meet Curry and ask them to follow me but I should have expected the response. I don't think I'd follow some random person either, so instead I complimented Curry to try make this new person more comfortable. I brought up manga one more time to smooth things over and as I went down the stairs I bumped into Curry. We talked in the stairwell and Shinji desperately tried to join in. Curry and I kissed. Then Shinji randomly brought up Rei. She's my friend but me and Curry were kind of having a moment. I wanted Curry to meet the new person but they had left when I walked up the stairs. I stood up there for a while not wanting to be in the stairwell anymore but Curry didn't follow me so I went back down. I complimented Curry a few times but she complimented Shinji instead of me. which may have hurt my feelings a bit more than it should have. We stood in the stairwell until class started talking about random things. Shinji made me quite uncomfortable just with their presence alone. After the first class I said hello to Revei and made my way to the new person, who is Miura Orchid by the way. I tried to get Kiyohisa to talk with us, but she didn't like the conversation topic so she left. It took a while but I found out Miura uses she/it. Revei came over but so did Umi, who made Miura walk away. After class I gave Kuri a kiss. I was going to talk to Revei but then I noticed Miura walking away. I followed her and with pure skill I was able to get Revei to come talk with us, which made me feel pretty good. Rei came over, and so did Kuri, and Eiichiro, and Meiji. Against great odds we all liked manga. It was really difficult at times but I hope I got Miura at least one friend out of this. I gave Kuri a kiss which seemed to summon Shinji over but luckily I didn't have to deal with him for long because the bell went. After that class finished I tried to get Meiji and Miura to bond and O'Hara joined in. Umi and Shinji came over and soon enough so did the whole class. Yaijiro was the only one who could mind her damn business. The sun lowered and the bell signaled the end of the day. I went to Kuri and started complimenting and kissing her while Rikyu stood weirdly behind us trying to give us money. Rent was coming up but I've made sure that I have more than enough. So I went back to complimenting Kuri. Outside the classroom we continued to kiss and flirt. So much so that we got told off by a teacher so we decided to take it back to my house. I'd say we had a pretty good time. The weekend was soon approaching so I didn't waste time getting to school. I went up behind Yumi to snatch some food but of course I had no luck. I contemplated going home but decided just to do some exercises while waiting for everyone. When Miura arrived I of course went and talked with it first and let Revei join in. Kiyohisa went by trash-talking sport for no reason and Eiichiro approached us. Surprisingly, at least to me when Eiichiro came over Revei walked away. I thought those two were still friends. As you can see the morning was quite sporadic. I talked to basically everyone and always included Miura. There were fights here and there because apparently everyone hates each other. We haven't had any updates on Izanagi which made me realize I haven't seen Yazawa in a few days, probably sick. It's still summer though so maybe she got a bad burn. I don't care though, I don't care about Yazawa. Closer to the start of class I spent more time kissing and complimenting Kuri, instead of talking in a group. When gym class ended I tried to get Miura and Kiyohisa to talk but Kiyohisa walked away. Probably because she failed to pickpocket me. Miura talked amongst ourselves for a while before I tried to get Meiji to join in. I really should start calling him by his first name. Also as you can see here, it didn't work. So instead I went and talked to O'Hara and Eiichiro. Meiji joined after some time too. I got Revei, Meiji and Miura together to talk about manga. It worked out well until Shinji showed up. Really? I don't understand what his problem is. So while Shinji picked a fight with Revei I stood around complimenting my girlfriend. Only yesterday Kuri and Shinji got along so well, and apparently that means nothing anymore. I'm not sure what happened but I'm happy about it. I was making my way to O'Hara and Miura when Kiyohisa tried to snatch my stuff. Miura quickly left so I just talked to O'Hara for a little bit. I was going to go get Meiji but I was stopped by Umi telling me to go to hell like it was that easy to dig a hole that far. So out of spite I started talking about something she likes, fitness, and suddenly I wasn't all that bad. The bell went for cooking class so I kissed Kuri first before heading off as if we weren't going to the same class. After class I saw Rikyu outside by themselves, so I ran out in hopes to talk with them but they were already inside when I got out there. I was going to go inside but then I noticed the way Eiichiro was talking. Through the window I was able to hear him talking about Kuri. I decided to stick around and listen. I don't know why I had to be outside for this but Kuri was still inside and could probably hear what he was saying. Eiichiro didn't really get back onto the topic probably because he knows that Meiji knows that Kuri is my girlfriend, but Meiji wasn't telling him that so I went back in to remind Eiichiro that he was on thin ice. When I got inside Eiichiro gave me an "oh hey," probably knowing he was in trouble. So I gave him a gentle reminder to stop talking about Kuri the way he does before running off to make sure Kuri was okay. Going into the classroom I ran right into her and instantly reminded her how much she is loved by me. And as the door closed I kissed her. When I got home I decided to stream and the whole time something was on my mind, so after I messaged Curry right away. We're boyfriend-girlfriend, right?
Of course. Why? We've been intimate, why would you think we weren't?
No, I told EII that we're together and I wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Oh good, well we are, you can tell whoever you like.
After that I had a shower, before doing stretches. Then I read a manga volume before going to bed. Friday morning I went to the shops. I'm running low on food and my pickpocketing game has been terrible recently. Luckily a few items were on sale. After shopping I went right to school. And of course I gave Curry a kiss. It's really nice knowing I have a secure relationship. I stood around talking to her for about 10 minutes before deciding I should probably give more time to my friends, so I went to go into the school building and ran into Shinji. Curry followed me over so I was able to ignore Shinji as much as I wanted, though this went against my whole spending time with friends plan. While running around looking for my friends I ran into Orchid. I think I can start calling it that. During our talk I noticed Curry was watching us and went and opened the door for her. She approached Orchid but when I did too she walked out, which was weird, so I followed her over to Yaijiro who was just standing by the bin. While looking for presents I noticed Rikyu go into the bathroom, so we both kinda just stood around in there talking until the bell went. After that class I went to the front of the class to get O'Hara and Orchid to be friends. It went well until Rei and Yumi came over to fight. And decided to push me into the wall. I went to Curry to complain but she walked right into the fight. Later on I tried to get Curry and Revei to bond. Then tried to get Curry to bond with Meiji and O'Hara. I attempted to pickpocket Eiichiro but Meiji interrupted. And then after another class it was time to go home. Where I started my afternoon with some stretches, then I streamed, studied, showered then went to bed.
So the full game is out now. How cool is that? I'm not going to try copy all this to version 1.00, but the next series I do will probably be the full version. Maybe, I might need to get used to it first before I'm comfortable recording. But nonetheless stay safe, stay happy, please subscribe and goodbye.